Did you guys hear that? A 42% profit margin is too little for this woman. Jeez. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel today. I have my student Marie. Marie is here for her second success story on my YouTube channel because she is coming in hot with some new numbers to show you guys. How are you today, Marie?
Hi, Tamara. I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm better now that I have you here because
So,
we are going to share with the audience what has been going on this year and how your Amazon FBA business grew to where it is.
well, thank you for having me. I'm so excited that you invited me back. I love talking Amazon, so I'm very happy to be here. So thank you.
Yeah, and just to remind you guys, Marie is a full-time teacher. If you guys did not watch my last success story that I did with her last year, I'll link it up here. Last year, she was doing $10,000 per month in net profit. And this year, let's tell the audience how we're doing.
Yeah, so from January of this year to today, I'm at around 213,000 in sales overall. And I will show you my Amazon account. Sorry, I'm waiting on a new phone to come in, but I'll show you that this is real. So right now I'm at 14 units. And over the past 30 days, let me just go to product sales. I'm at 54,000. Can you see that okay?
Yep, 54,000 the last 30 days. And what are the profit margins?
Yeah, so my profit margin is around 42%. It went down a little bit from last year just because I lowered my price a little bit. But yeah, so it's a very good profit margin for me.
Did you guys hear that? A 42% profit margin is too little for this woman. Jeez.
By the way, if you guys are new to selling products on Amazon and you need help with finding winning products just like the one that I am showing you on today's video, then make sure you get my free training for Amazon in the YouTube description below. Click on the free training link, enter your name, enter your email address, and watch the training to the end because you get to apply for a free one-on-one call with my team, and they will walk you through the entire process on how you can find profitable products to sell on Amazon that will give you nice profit margins and that will pay you every single month.
You know what? Like I'm so proud of my product, and I think when you make sure that the quality is there, you can get away with charging more. So
with those sales numbers, you're making over $22,000 in net profit the last 30 days, which is over double than what you were doing last year. And this is why you are back to share with us all. How has the year been for your product? So Marie sells one product, two products on her second one. So
yeah, two products, but honestly, the majority of the sales come from my first product. So we can just say one product because that's really where it all comes from. But yeah, so this past year it's very exciting for me. Lots of things have happened and changed for me. So the first thing I think really impacted the increase in my sales is having brand registry and having A+ content done, which to me feels like it just takes your product to a whole new level. It doesn't look like, some cheap product from AliExpress on there. Like it makes it look so much better. So A+ content definitely, I think, helped, along with new photographs. So I invested in some new flat lays and lifestyle photographs, which really, I think, kind of capture like the essence of my product and what it does. So really happy with the photographs that I've done. And yeah, one thing that happened recently that I think will have an impact on sales for next year is I was contacted by a magazine that's located in the States who want to feature my product in one of their issues, which is really exciting for me. I feel like I'm doing something right. So I think that will have an impact on sales next year. So yeah, that's kind of what's been happening. There's obviously challenges too, like more people are trying to compete with me now than they were before, but obviously that's to be expected with business. So yeah, sales have increased quite a bit since last year.
They've doubled. They have literally doubled.
I know, it's so exciting.
It is very exciting. And what I love most about your story, for you guys who don't know, Marie has a full-time job as a teacher.
Yeah.
And tell them how much you spend on your Amazon business, like how much time. It's ridiculous, you guys.
Yeah, honestly, like right now I feel like I'm at the point where it is about as passive as it can get for me. So I would say, like on average, maybe I spend like an hour, maybe 2 hours a week. And that's basically just sending new inventory in, because I keep it all obviously in the States, and then I just ship it to Amazon when my inventory is going low. But other than that, like I don't spend any time doing it. And it's crazy because I spend so much time on my teaching career and lesson planning. And although, you know, I love it, it doesn't pay what Amazon pays. So it's very bizarre. It's a hard adjustment to know that you can, you know, spend so much of your time and energy and get paid that amount when the potential for, you know, sales on Amazon or even e-commerce in general is crazy. I don't think people realize that. So
no, and e-commerce is so new still, you know, like it's a baby right now, and people need to get into this. It's not even an option. It's a requirement that you guys get into this because, you know, to be honest, in the beginning stages, I've watched Marie grow from 2018 to now 2022, and we're heading into 2023. And in the beginning, it obviously took more work. You know, you have to find your product. You have to learn all these different things, the platform. But after the hard part is done, it takes an hour a week. Like for me, I take 20 minutes a day on PPC and I'm out the door. Like I don't have to look at this anymore. But I wanted to ask you, Marie, because you were telling me when we were off camera that people were asking you like, oh, if the money on Amazon is so good, why don't you just quit your job? Let's talk a little bit about that, because I know a lot of people who are watching this video, they want to quit your job, but you love your job.
I do love my job. And I know not everybody loves their 9-to-5s, but really, it's not really a 9-to-5 for me. It's a career, right? So I went to school for a long time for it. I love what I do. And if I were to quit my career and then, you know, later on I decide to come back to it, I lose all my seniority. I lose all my, you know, like I can't just go back and make the same amount of money that I'm making. So not every 9-to-5 is just like a, you know, Burger King job. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's just different. You know, I have a pension, I have benefits. And if this is so passive for me, then like, why wouldn't I do both?
Exactly. It's like you're just making money almost by doing nothing on Amazon, and you get to keep a career that you love. So
yeah, you know, so
I love your situation.
Yeah.
So another thing that, just to refresh your guys' memory, what really impressed me with Marie's product is not only that her profit margin was 42%, but she does not do any PPC advertising at all.
I don't do any PPC, and I'm very fortunate in that sense. But I do think that I was a bit strategic in that as well. So I think what helped me is twofold. I think the first part of me being able to successfully launch and rank a product without PPC is obviously the product that I chose. So I chose a product that didn't have a super high search volume. The numbers were there, obviously, or else I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
There's proof there that, you know, the product existed, but it didn't have, you know, it wasn't in the 10,000s. I think it was less than 5, to be honest, 5,000. But more importantly in that sense was the Cerebro score for me is what really stood out. And that is when people are looking for a product, but that product doesn't really exist. So if you can find something like, I know that's like the ideal, obviously find a product that people want that doesn't exist. It's a bit risky, but if there's already maybe like 1 or 2 people doing it, and you can improve on that, you're already at an advantage because people want it and there's not a ton of options for it. So there's that piece I think helped. So once I was able to kind of rank for that keyword, the keyword for my actual product, I think the second part of it was my product is one that you can find through multiple keywords. So some products, you can only find through certain keyword searches, right? You can only find a jade roller so many ways, right? But if you start exploring different ideas, like gifts for, weddings or toddlers or things like that, like if you can find your product through different avenues, I think that kind of opens you up to even more customers. So once I was able to kind of rank for that low search, not low, but not super
lower, not competitive.
Yeah, exactly. Not as competitive. Rank there and get up there. Then I think all the other keywords that kind of came in like really helped. Yeah. So I think that that's what worked for me is having, without using PPC, is having a product that's not super competitive, but still desired among customers. And then being able to be accessed through so many different keywords, and not just like synonymous keywords, right? Yeah. But different types of keywords. So I think that's what probably helped me.
I know that is what definitely helped you. So you guys, in my training, I talk a lot about keyword research. So in case you guys are brand new and you don't know, what that is, basically we use Helium 10 software to do keyword research to find our winning product. So if you have any product in mind, what we like to do is go into Magnet keyword research using Helium 10. You drop any keyword in there, and then a bunch of keywords will start populating, and it gives you a bunch of ideas. And then from there, it's step by step looking at, the type of product that you're interested in. Can you afford the product on Alibaba? What are the profit margins? Can you differentiate? And then from there, you can start to get an idea of what the customers want and then build your product. So that's exactly what Marie did. And Marie, before you were kind of telling me that you had quite a bit of reviews, like how did you get so many reviews organically without pushing advertising? And like how did that kind of add up for you?
Yeah, honestly, I think a part of it's luck, but I also think a part of it is like within my product, I have like an insert that has like my business email and it says like leave a review. No black hat, anything like that. I would never do that. But I think because my product is high quality, I think that that's more tempting for people to want to leave a review because they're happy with it. So last year I was sitting at around like 100 reviews, and now I'm at about 550 for my main product. So I think just generally because of the sales that I've had, reviews are going to come in regardless. But yeah, I think customers being happy with your product at the end of the day, right? People are either going to leave a review because they hate it or because they love it. So I think I've been successful in the sense that my product is great quality. It's exactly what you're expecting as it's listed. And that makes people, want to leave a good review for you. So.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, you've had quite the spike from last year compared to this year. Like aside from like continuous working better on your product listing, aside from like product photography, is there anything else you want to share with us that had made that huge jump? Because that is a very huge jump with no PPC, 42% profit margins, only managing this like an hour a week. Like, is there anything else you can think of?
By the way, if you guys are new to selling products on Amazon and you need help with finding winning products just like the one that I am showing you on today's video, then make sure you get my free training for Amazon in the YouTube description below. click on the free training link, enter your name, enter your email address, and watch the training to the end because you get to apply for a free one-on-one call with my team, and they will walk you through the entire process on how you can find profitable products to sell on Amazon that will give you nice profit margins and that will pay you every single month.
Honestly, I think I've always been very keen on improving my product from the way that it's placed in the box, from the way that it is what it experience, everything. Yeah. It's so important because I think we can kind of get lost in the sense that this is all online and you're never interacting with people, but half of the battle is getting people to buy your product. The other half is when they get it, how is their experience after that? And you have to think to yourself, what do you expect from when you open a package from Amazon? Is it a nice packaging? Is there an instruction manual? Is there a way to reach the manufacturer? All of those things matter because at the end of the day, it's a human being buying your product. And if it's not, a good product, then they don't care. They're just going to send it back. So I think being really proactive in that sense of really trying to improve my product, listening to what customers are saying. Okay, this is an issue. Well, that's an immediate phone call with my manufacturer. So just trying to be as proactive as I can, making sure it's the best quality. I think that's probably what has kind of set me apart and has allowed me to kind of see the success that I have.
100%. So I think a lot of new sellers, they think that once they make the product, once their supplier makes the product, that's it. Yeah. If someone complains about anything with a 1 or 2 star review, you're oh, I'm so sad. But you guys, yes, it does kind of sting. It does kind of hurt. Those reviews, I'm sure you have 1 star reviews. Everyone does.
Of course, everybody does.
Yeah. But what we have to remember here is that when Marie says that she's being proactive with her product, is you constantly have to be creative with thinking, okay, there's a complaint. What can I do? What is the responsibility that I can take as a business owner to bring it up to the supplier to make sure that that does not happen again?
You have to put your ego aside too. You might think your product is the best thing ever right off the bat, and you're going to learn real quick that, honey, it is not, right?
No. And in fact, it's probably crap, you guys.
Yeah. And you know what? That's okay. That's a learning experience for you. That's opportunity for you to grow and realize, you know what? Maybe I don't know it all. Maybe I need to let people tell me what's wrong with my product. And hopefully you don't have to hear it as much in a review. But it's so important to listen because like I said, at the end of the day, these are customers who are spending money on something that you've made. And if they're not happy with it, then you're screwed. So really take into consideration what the customers are saying, what needs to be improved upon, and do whatever you can to proactively fix that because it's hard to fix it after the fact when it's already been purchased. Not a lot of people are going to take the time to email you on your email and say, oh, no, they're just going to return it. So it's so important to listen to what the customers want.
Yeah, for sure. And the more proactive you guys are, the more passive this business will be. I know that sounds strange, but I just think even for myself, every morning when I wake up, I always think, okay, what can I do better? Even though there's not a problem, you don't want the problem to happen. You want to kind of prevent the problem. So when you're proactive about your products, the more improvements you make along the whole entire year, and that's exactly what you did, the more results you'll get.
Absolutely. And I've seen such a drastic decrease in returns on my end. And I think that comes back to being super reflective. I'm reflective in nature as a teacher and I always think, what can I do better? So I think in a business like this, it's really important to, reflect on it and think okay, if I were to receive this, what would I like for it to happen? What do I want my experience to be like? What would I want to be improved upon? And then do whatever it takes to kind of make that happen.
Yeah, definitely. And I know Marie only sells in the American marketplace. She only has 1.5 products, if that second product even counts. You guys, it only takes 1 product to make over 20 grand a month. But you have to be doing everything step by step and being proactive and taking the right steps and right training and everything else. So
have to put the work in. This isn't just going to magically happen, right?
No, exactly.
This just happened out of like, no, I worked my butt off to get to where I am, just like you worked your butt off to get to where you are, right? Like you got to put the work in. But if you put the work in initially and then throw like the way, then you're on the right track. So
yeah. And Marie's been with us for 4 years in the program, you guys. 4 years. I remember.
Best program there is. I'll tell you that right now.
Not even being biased.
No, oh gosh, no. Your group's awesome. Everyone is so knowledgeable there and so supportive. It just feels like a little second family. So,
oh, thank you. So, what are the plans for 2023?
yeah, so my plans moving forward are just to continue to work on this product. I feel like because I put so much effort into it, I want to see what more I can do with it. So I'm going to probably invest in like a videographer to get a nice video done for my listing. And yeah, just continue to explore ways to make my product better, the experience better for my customers, and hopefully see more sales that way. And really start working a little bit more on my second product. I know that it has the potential, and I know I'm going to get it to where my first one is. I've just kind of been not slacking, but I know that I can kind of get it to a better place. So, and seeing, yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, like, and it's so, nobody's story is ever the same, right? Everyone's is so different. Mine's different from yours. It's really different from person to person. And that's what makes this whole kind of experience really fun and unique. But yeah, just to be able to see the potential for sales and profit doing this solely based on my computer. Like other than the photographer, I don't think I've ever met anyone face to face in regards to this business. So it's really neat, but yeah, you gotta put the work in. So
it's kind of nice though, it's so different. Well, because at your career, you're a teacher, you're dealing with people 8 hours a day, and then you come home and you're like, sales.
Oh my gosh, right?
I don't talk to nobody.
Exactly. That's the nice part, right? Like I'm so exhausted from, work at the end of the day, and then I go home and I swipe down on my phone and see the sales. To know that happened without me actually physically it's such a bizarre concept to me, but it's real and it's so cool. I love it.
Awesome. Thank you, Marie, and congratulations again on your success.
Thank you, Tamara. Oh, thanks for having me. I love talking to you about this sort of thing. So happy to chat anytime, but thanks for having me.
If any of you guys have any questions, comments, please drop it down below. And like I said, if you want to watch Marie's first success story from last year, it's right here. And we'll see Marie next year. Bye, everyone.
Bye.